Sheikh Mohammed issues law number 13 of 2011. 19 candidates pull out of the FNC elections. And tropical storm Roke leaves trail of destruction in Japan. This is 7 National News. In our top story, UAE President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has issued law number 13 of 2011 to regulate and organise economic activities in the Emirate. Article 3 states that its aim is to organise economic activities in Dubai, to create an environment that will boost investments into the Emirate. The new law also looks to enhance competency and coordination between Dubai authorities to provide a platform for increased business interests and economic growth through more transparent information. The last leg of the Federal National Council, 19 candidates have pulled out of the runnings. The National Election Committee made the announcement, stating that 450 candidates now remain across the UAE. They stated that the majority of withdrawals came from Abu Dhabi, with 8 pulling out, leaving now 109 candidates competing for 4 seats. 7 withdrew in Sharjah, leaving 87 to fight it out for 3 seats, while 1 person dropped out in Dubai, and now 123 remain in the race to compete for 4 seats. Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah and Fujairah also saw 1 candidate drop out each. With drought and famine ongoing in the Horn of Africa, the UAE government has committed itself to the cause by sending aid and raising money for hunger victims and displaced families, with the UAE Red Crescent raising around $40 million. With this, more global companies in the country are also looking to play their part, such as motorcycle manufacturer Harley-Davidson, who donated 75,000 dirhams to the United Nations World Food Programme today in order to offer funding and support for impoverished women around the world. The donations were collected after a charity ride that took place on the 17th of September 2011 in 9 countries across the MENA region. The theme for the event on September the 17th, Make Every Day Count, saw Harley-Davidson's MENA office and the United Nations World Food Programme team up in their first ever region-wide charity endeavour.
We would like to empower impoverished women across the region, and therefore we combined efforts with the World Food Programme to do a parade that happened last weekend across all regions where we have a Harley-Davidson dealership. And that parade was not just open to Harley-Davidson motorcycles, that was open to everybody who wanted to join and to show their support for a great cause. We had over 200 riders here in Dubai, for instance, going down Sheikh Zayed Road to show their support. I personally was in Jordan, where we had 147 riders. We had even up all the way to Casablanca, we had over 100 riders. We had in Cairo 80 riders. Across Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, so everybody supported it.
In Africa, 80% of the labor field work is being accomplished by women. So what we do at the World Food Programme is that we feed those women and we take this chance to empower them with new skills. How we do that? We send girls to school through our school feeding program. And what we do also is that we provide women with training skills, and with the Harley-Davidson, in fact, with their contribution, we're going to be able to feed over 80,000 women.
The UAE witnessed a significant rise in the number of jobs created in the first half of the year, according to experts. According to a local paper, some recruitment specialists say that 15% of new jobs were created in H1. For the region, one recruitment company saw 56% more vacancies for the first half of the year compared to the same period in 2010. A recent survey from Middle Eastern job site Bait.com showed that 28% of employers were 100% intent on hiring in the next 3 months, and 26% were uncertain but said that they would probably hire. The alarming rise of diabetes worldwide has prompted healthcare companies in the UAE to join efforts in the fight against the disease. In 2009, the International Diabetes Federation, also known as the IDF, stated that 300 million people are afflicted with diabetes, and they expect the numbers to rise to 366 million by 2025. Last week, the IDF announced that the number of diabetics around the globe already reached this number. Healthcare experts are therefore launching a platform that aims to impact the community at large. Khadija Saleh has this report.
In the UAE, diabetes is the greatest health threat, with 25% of the population diagnosed with the condition. Healthcare experts say the challenge nowadays is no longer diagnosis, but helping those afflicted to live a full life. According to statistics, diabetes causes 4.6 million deaths annually, with $465 billion in healthcare spend. With so much at stake, they say it's essential to get everyone's act together.
Decide is an initiative of currently 6 private organisations looking to help the diabetic patient here in the UAE. The issue for the diabetic patient quite often is that they don't have diabetes in the doctor's clinic. They have diabetes at home, in restaurants, when they decide to not take the stairs. And so we're putting a program together to try and support them make the right decisions.
Decide is a non-profit initiative that will see a number of activities rolled out in the coming months. Among these is an interactive website available in Arabic, Hindi, and English to cater to everyone. A diabetes starter pack will also be distributed to those newly diagnosed to get them started on the right track. Meanwhile, Dubai Health Authority says they are continuing efforts in educating more professionals to enable them to understand and help patients better.
The challenge that we really face is how to make this patient comply to the diet by tailoring according to his way of living. You know, I have to know what he likes, and I have to tailor it to fit him. Then he can comply. Convenience and compliance and accepting the fact of having diabetes and that they can live with it with no problem, no complication, this is the challenge itself.
With this new platform, healthcare companies say they are looking beyond making profit and are sharing their expertise to help the community. It is hoped that through this effort, they will help reduce the rising number of diabetes and incidence of complications, as well as prevent the rise of other diseases such as cardiovascular and renal failure.
Decide is a platform which will allow us to address healthcare professionals and, more importantly, patients on how best to live a normal quality of life. Even though the disease is there, it doesn't necessarily have to be a burden. So the objective is, whether or not we have to work with our competitors, we're working together because we're all part of the same community. We live in this community, we work in this community, and it's important for all of us to give back to the community through educational programs and through the Decide Pack, through awareness campaigns. All of this comes together under the umbrella of Decide. So we're just one of many people who want to be part of something much bigger.
More companies are expected to join in the effort. Experts say the war against diabetes continues and is stronger than ever. They say the alarm has been raised for people to take a stand years ago to live a full and healthy life. But first, patients need to decide. Khadija Saleh, 7 National News.
Pregnant workers are entitled to 15 days off before they give birth, according to a new fatwa. A local paper revealed that an official at the Legislation Department at the Ministry of Justice said that the rules state that maternity leave stands at 60 days with full salary, and the employee is also allowed 15 days of pre-delivery leave. As for sick leave, this should not be included into the pre-delivery date. And looking to news abroad now, Tropical Storm Roke, downgraded from a typhoon today, pounded the northmost Japanese island of Hokkaido before heading out to sea once again. Typhoon Roke swept through the main island of Honshu on Wednesday, dumping heavy rains and whipping up ferocious winds as it crept past the nation's capital of Tokyo. According to national broadcaster NHK, 10 people are so far confirmed dead and 5 are still missing from the flooding and winds that accompanied the maelstrom. In Tokyo, millions of commuters were left stranded for hours in the capital after the typhoon stopped nearly all public transport and slowed road, rail and air traffic. The storm then moved north to the regions, still trying to recover from the March 11th tsunami and earthquake disaster. Earlier this month, Typhoon Talas hit western Japan and left about 100 people dead or missing. An average of 2 to 4 typhoons make landfall each year in Japan. And shopkeepers in flood-stricken districts of Pakistan's Sindh province are suffering a blow as their businesses remain shut and their customers have all gone. Shop owners are busy shoveling mud from their stores. Many farmers lost livestock in the floods and crops have been spoiled. The floods caused by heavy monsoon rains have displaced more than 300,000 people and destroyed or damaged crops over 1.7 million acres of land in Sindh, where the cotton crop has been the worst hit, with an estimated loss of at least 2 million bales. However, some experts see a silver lining in the disaster, saying the rains could be a blessing in disguise, as they will lead to a better crop next year. Despite losses to the sugarcane crops, and traders and government officials expect a bumper crop of at least 4.5 million tonnes in the year to June 2012, saying Pakistan may not need to import sugar even in the next year. And up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.